Hello students, a very warm welcome to this Gravitation PYQs. Today we are probably on the last lecture of your Gravitation PYQs, and we are going to in fact discuss a very important concept. Typically, how do you deal with cavity based problems? You must have seen different kind of cavity based problems earlier. Maybe if you are a 2021 aspirant, you must be aware of electrostatics cavity based problem, and similarly we will have cavity based problems in gravitation as well. And in today's lecture we are going to go through that important concept, so stay tuned. Even if you don't know the concept, don't worry, we'll be revising everything that you need to solve the problem around it. Hi Elumalai, good evening students, good evening and a very warm welcome to JEE English by Unacademy, India's leading and largest test preparation platform. Okay, let's get into this lecture. Let's not wait anymore. To give you an introduction about myself, I'm Muralidharan Krishnan. I completed my MS in Electrical Engineering from one of the top ranking American university. I'm also an IITian who completed BTech from IIT Guwahati. I have 4+ years of experience preparing students for IIT JEE and other competitive exams, and I filed 25 patent applications in India, US and Canada. And that being said, if you're looking for a complete package, a champions tool for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, it's going to be Unacademy subscription needed. Why do we say that? Because we provide live interactive classes with the best educators across the nation. And in fact, we have authors of your popular books like JEE test preparation books like, DC Pandya sir and DC Gupta sir on our platform. And not only that, students, you will also be attending these classes on a very an attractive and interactive platform with polls and leaderboards, where your learning becomes very interesting. And moreover, you'll also get access to lots and lots of test series and doubt clearing session, quizzes and mega quizzes. And also post each session, you'll be also getting access to analysis using which you can improve upon your overall performance. And every course on Unacademy subscription is going to be well structured, and it's going to be in a very systematic manner. You don't have to worry about the planning. We take care of the planning on our end. Not only that, on Unacademy subscription platform, you don't have to worry about batch restrictions, etc. We take care of it because we do not put any batch restrictions. We provide you unlimited access throughout the period. And how do you avail an Unacademy subscription? Do download an Unacademy learning app, or else what you can do is you can do it from a web-based version, but do log in, click on the left-hand top corner extension bar, select plus, select IIT JEE as your goal, and hit on this get subscription button. And post that, you will be redirected to payment page and program selection page. Probably you know the best program for yourself. If not, let me tell you, if you are a 2021 aspirant, so you must probably have no plans for a drop, then only you'll go for a 6-month program, which is going to cost you near about 25,000. Good evening, Imran. Good evening, Madhavan. Good question. I'll get to your question, Elumalai. Just give me a moment. Really interesting question. Actually, I want to answer this question in a very different manner. Yeah, I'll get to it. And if you are a 2022 aspirant, or you might be a 2021 aspirant planning to take a drop, you may want to go for a 12-month program, which is going to cost you less than 35,000, 34,650. And if you are a 2023 aspirant, you may want to go for definitely a 2-year program or a 24-month program, which is going to cost you less than 70 rupees a day. 50,000 for 2 years, that's like 25,000 per year. And we have dedicated batches hosted by some of the best coaching institutes across the India, Vibrant Educators, Bansal Class Educators, even some of our best educators, and that too in different languages. I'll get to your question, Madhan. Really good question. That's an amazing question. Which year aspirant you are? Just to type in which year you are in. So I will definitely give you an answer according to that. So if you're a 2021 aspirant, I would have a different answer for you. If you're a 2022 aspirant, I would have a different answer for you. So yes, Elumalai, Madhavan, Elumalai, just do reply which year you are, 2020. And I'll get to your question very quickly. Okay. And students, we also have something beyond Plus subscription known as Iconic subscription. On Iconic subscription, you don't only get access to all the features of Plus, but along with that, you can get one-on-one mentoring session, and as well as personal coaching from IIT and NIT alumni who are educators on our platform. So think about it, IIT and NIT alumni who have previously gone through this journey and successfully cracked the exam, know the ups and downs of this journey, and they will be guiding you with the necessary motivation, and they will be giving out motivational sessions, strategy sessions to crack the exam and to as well as prepare very smartly for your exam. You can also avail personal advice from the best educators across the nation on Iconic subscription. If you can afford it, it's going to be one of the best things. And a 6-month Iconic subscription is going to cost you 34,200. 12-month Iconic subscription is going to cost you 58,500, and the 2-year Iconic subscription is going to cost you 90,000, 45,000 per year. And make sure you apply Murli Live code, be it you go for a plus or an Iconic subscription, so that you get maximum discount on your subscription purchase. And students, not only that, we have recently introduced something known as combo subscription, where you can get both your IIT JEE and CBSE board preparation at an economical cost with the best educators across the nation. It can go as low as less than 90 rupees a day for a 2-year subscription and less than 120 rupees a day for a 1-year subscription. Here as well, do apply Murli Live code so that you can get the best discount on your combo subscription. Yes, and you can also apply Murli Live code to unlock many features on your Unacademy learning app, Unacademy subscription platform, etc. So make sure you are applying Murli Live code whenever and wherever necessary, also to get discount on combo subscriptions. We do have different combinations of combo subscriptions. I'll come to that at the end of this lecture. Okay, we have a really interesting question here, really interesting question. So we have a 2021 aspirant, and the question is, what if I start solving more than 8,000 plus questions? Can it improve my marks from 20 to 60 plus? Yes, definitely. If you are on the 20 range, it will definitely improve your overall performance. But here comes the question for you. Okay, so you're a 2021 aspirant. So do you think you have so much time to solve 8,000 plus problems? 8,000 plus problems means it comes like, we are just speaking about physics here. We are just talking about physics here, which is one part of your those 3 subjects. Of course, it has 33% weightage, and it can be more intuitive and easier than rest of the subjects. But at the same time, do you have so much time? If you're really good in rest of the subjects and you don't care about rest of the subjects, because qualifying in physics alone is not going to get you that rank, or even scoring full marks in physics is not going to get you that rank. So you need to keep a balanced mark sheet or a scorecard, and that is how you will be able to get your overall entrance or entry into a GFTIs, government funded technical institutes, NITs and IIT. So 8,000 questions, just think about it. You're even forgetting the first attempt. You're only thinking about the last attempt. 2 months, 60. It comes down to minimum of 100 problems a day. But rather, you can do it very smartly and strategically. Why not? For an example, just focus on easy topics where you can score easily by just 1 day's preparation, and you can as well as maintain completeness. Or it can be those topics. For an example, it can be current and electricity, right? On current and electricity, what is the issue? It's a very simple topic. It's all you require is practice, but you don't have to do 200 problem practice. Even if you ask me in current and electricity, I probably think in PYQ session we might have discussed 150 problems. And I've told you, if you're doing current and electricity, make sure you're attending that one short session on your electrical measuring instrumentation. This is a specific thing for 2021 aspirant. If you're a 2022 aspirant, I think 8,000 problems can definitely help you. So think about it, you can sort of pick up those PYQ questions either from this session, or you can come and solve it live. That way you are also enjoying the session. And let's say you do that 150 questions that are discussed in the PYQ sessions. Along with that, you're picking up I think 150, 130 and odd questions are was discussed in PYQ current electricity sessions. and along with that you do some of those important topics that has been left out, and that you do that, first 1 or 2 lectures of your current university A to Z session, and let's say you are this thing, electrical measuring instrument and non-short. So basically it's those 3-4 things that you're doing, and you're able to score at least 2 to 3 questions there itself. Boom, there you go, you have scored 12 marks. Similarly, pick up rest of the topics, units, dimensions and measurements, another 4 questions, hardly a day. You don't have to solve even hundreds of questions, maybe 50 questions will suffice your preparation. So you can do a thing, you can attend the units and dimensions A to Z session that I conducted on Unacademy Learning app. So that is one of the ways of like quickly covering the necessary things. So again, another 4 marks. You've come to 16 marks. Still it seems low. Your strengths, like it might be kinematics, it might be fluid mechanics, it might be magnetism, it might be gravitation. But pick up those easy high weightage topics, you will see suddenly you're jumping. Similarly, electrostatics, if you pick up that topic as well, you will get 1 question, and let's say 2 questions, 2 easy questions. It can be 2 easy questions when it comes to JEE mains. So you'll be jumping again to 20 plus. 20 plus safe score. 20 plus safe score is different than thinking about 60 plus hard and fast score by solving problems day and night. And similarly, you move strategically, you will suddenly see that 60 plus marks is available, as well as a lot of time is available for the preparation. So make your plan very smartly. Oh, okay, you're a NEET aspirant. I'm really very sorry, Elimala. I just had a look at it, but attempting JEE also. Okay, so one of the things, this is a very interesting case. So we have a student here who's also giving NEET and JEE. So in your case, I would say maybe, but I heard that probably most of your questions from NEET is from NCERT books or that related concept. So stick to that book. That should be good enough. I don't think still 8,000 problems is necessary. 8,000 problems is like what you solve in a year, or maybe like in at least it will take at least 6 months. So spend your time smartly. And if you're a JEE aspirant, no, definitely not at this moment, especially if you're a 2021 aspirant. If you're a 2022 aspirant, think about solving 20,000 problems or not. Okay, it's like just 30 problems, 10,000 problems or not. That's like just 30 physics problems a day, or maybe like 20 physics problems a day. So it comes down to like anywhere around 6,000 to 10,000. Okay, let's get into this question. So I think this is an interesting question. I hope you got the answer for your question, Madhavan Elimalai. Okay, the ratio of the weight of a body on the Earth's surface to that on the surface of the planet is 9:4. The mass of the planet is 1/9. You are definitely welcome, Madhavan Elumala. You are definitely welcome. And what do we have? We have weight of the body when measured on Earth and that planet. It comes to 9:4. And it has been told to us that mass of that planet is 1/9 of mass of the Earth. If r is the radius of the Earth, what is the radius of the planet? Okay. Very simple question. Okay, just it's literally if you know everything, it's a 2 minutes question. So let's take a planet A. On planet A, you have radius A, and the mass of the planet as MA. Okay, what else do we need? I don't think we need anything else. And then let's take our Earth. So let's call it to be like some E. Generally we use RE, ME, so just calling it E. Okay, so we have RE and we have ME. Okay, and we also have GE. Okay, gravitational pull, or like a gravitational field on the surface of Earth. So we need to do the same thing for that planet as well. It's going to be like some GA. Okay, so what do we know? Weight is nothing but, so you have a body. Okay, let's think about it. It's a very interesting question. Let's not keep it just a PYQ session, but as well as an interesting session where you like to understand the concept. Okay. And you're trying to measure the weight on two different locations. Once you are measuring on planet A, right? You found weight WA. Okay. And then you are measuring on Earth. You found the weight to be WE. Okay. Nice. And what is this WAWE? Anyway, one thing is constant in this thing. What is that? Mass of this block. Mass of the block is going to be constant irrespective of the location. Okay. Can we say something like this? Yes. Gravitational acceleration mg, just like how we used to do earlier, right? And similarly GE. And what do we know the relation between them? On Earth it's going to be like 9:4. Earth is to like other planet is 9:4. So this ratio we will be writing it down as 4:9. Okay, so that means what is 4:9? GA is to GE is, okay, let's just change the color a bit. Gotta follow that color code more. Is how much? 4:9. Nice. So that also means the other thing that what we are going to say, we are going to say that your GA is nothing but 4/9 times of that of G of, okay, basically weight means this only. You can directly get started whenever you see weight. You don't have to go through this process. This is just for your comprehension or for your understanding. Very good. Excellent. Really good. Yeah, that's it. You're correct. And given to us what? Mass of Earth is to mass of planet E is how much? Sorry, mass of planet A is to mass of Earth is how much? 1/9. Okay, mass of the planet is 1/9 of that of Earth. Good, very good. It should be that quick, even a little quicker. So yes. So yeah, you would not be solving, another thing you have to keep in mind as students during your preparation, you would not be solving the same problem again and again. In fact, I'll remind you whenever it comes to my mind which are those problems that have been frequently asked in your exam. But as such, you know what, even PYQs, it's not only this many PYQs including your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced in your in your gravitation. But what have we done in this case is we have omitted those questions which were not necessary, like which were just repeated. There were few questions that were repeating, so you should not be doing like the questions that are repeating. Okay. What is GE? GME by RE square. Okay. But what I would suggest in such question is like be very careful, because everything, almost every data is given to you, everything is given to you. So one thing you can definitely think about it this way, it's worth spending that kind of time. Okay, now let's now move on. First of all, GG goes off, and then what do we have? We have mass to be like only 1/9. Yes, good. So let's substitute that thing that we just have over here. ME by 9. You got the answer, I believe. It's a very simple question. Okay, it's not a 2019 question. I think it's a 2019. It's not a 2019 question. It's I think 2018 question and all. Okay, that one question was this question. Generally, it's an easy question from this, like topic. So that's also a reason that you don't want to miss out this topic. Generally, so far I don't think like last year questions were a little challenging, and there is one challenging question. So 9 gets cancelled out, ME gets cancelled out. What do we have? We have RA square is equal to RE square by 4. And you know what does that mean? That means RA is equal to RE by 2. End of the story. Really good. Very good. Straight away you can get started. Everything should be that substitution, but verify it. Okay, verifying it would take 30 seconds, but it's totally worth it because you can score so much. That's the best thing. Okay, this was also, I guess, a recent question. So what should be the answer? Variation of acceleration due to gravity with distance d from the earth. How is it going to vary? Anyone? Okay, I don't have any explanations for this. I'll give you direct explanation. So how it should be from center of earth. Okay. No guesses yet? Alright. So see, first of all, r for any radius less than r. What happens? This is the first case. We say that gravitational pull, okay, is going to be proportional to r. Why? Because more and more mass it has in it, and the effect of radius is only r square. Effect of mass is going to be r cube. Hence, it is directly proportional to r. You can think about it that way. And the second thing is simply, okay, it's a very easy question. Like, for any r greater than r, what happens? You have g of r being proportional to 1 by r square. Okay, what do we have? G here. What do you have? Distance here. Answer A itself is correct. Here, what is this? Here it is y is proportional to x. What do we have over here? Y is proportional to 1 by x square. And where it stops? Like at r. Rather, you can just keep it like this, and you will get. Actually, peak value would be this, always on the surface. End of the story. That's it. That's all you need to know. Here, this is wrong. This says no gravitation beyond some point, and initially itself it's a steep curve. Somewhere it's like, y is proportional to x square. This also shows y is proportional to x square. This also shows y is proportional to x square. Simple, 2 seconds question based on concept. And now we are going to get into the most interesting question of this session, or probably of gravitation, literally the most challenging one. Read the question very carefully, and once you understand how to solve this question, rest of the questions are literally, they'll appear as if they are cakewalk once if you understand this concept correctly. Get started on it, have a look at the question. Even if you know everything, like how to solve it, etc., still try and solve it and try to get the answer, because it's such an interesting question. It's really like, a lovely question, one of the best questions. Yeah. How about this, Madhavan? Get started on this thing. It's a very, very interesting question. I don't want to, wait for it, because it's really interesting. It's going to take some time, but if you understand this concept, it's a lovely concept. It's a JEE mains question, but probably you can think of this as if it's a JEE advanced level question. Sometimes problem can be like this, but it's a very interesting question. Okay. And finally, I'll conclude with few equations. You may want to remember those equations. If you have problem remembering the equation, we'll discuss the method as well. So from a solid sphere of mass m and radius r, so this sphere initially had, be very careful about it, how it is being described. Okay, it could be just that, you know, without the cavity it could be mass m, or with the cavity mass as well, it could be mass m. Hello Free Fire, hi. So this is mass m and it has some radius r. Hi Free Fire, hi. Now what are we going to do is, okay, what has been done is some r by 2 like, you know, portion has been removed. Okay, do remember a thing, whatever portion has been removed also had a density of rho, some uniform mass density. Nothing has been given to you in terms of density, which is a very good thing. And even before removing the cavity, sometimes it will be told that, along with that cavity, or that cavity after that portion of, or that spherical portion of the mass is removed, the total mass is m. But in this case, initially itself that sphere had, you know, mass m. Okay, initially itself it had a mass of mass m. Sometimes it could be that only the shaded portion has mass m. Then be very careful about your density. That's why I'm specifically stating this. Okay, minus, no, not minus here. Focus on this, it's a very interesting question. Okay, generally what would be asked is, what is actually the center would be over here. Okay, what is the gravitation potential at the center? But in this question, what has been asked is, what is the gravitational potential at the center of this cavity? Damn interesting question. If you understand this, everything is going to be super easy around your gravitational potential. Probably you will not have any problem with any kind of gravitational potential. Trust me, it's going to be that easy. Let's get into this question. Okay, just again I'm reminding you, students, this is mass of the total sphere even before that spherical portion was removed. Sometimes it could be that even after that, after removing the spherical portion, the mass would be m. Okay, in this case, all along with the cavity, it's mass m. So you need to take different approach. So how do you solve this question? I'll get into that. Before that, let me quickly recap how we used to find out potential at any point r inside. See, there is a difference between your field and potential. In field, you are not worried about the mass that is outside, right? But let's say I have to find out the potential at a point r which is less than the radius of the sphere. Okay, this is where we'll be starting the problem. Don't worry about it, just focus. I assure you that you will get the concept. It's going to be really an interesting concept. Even if you do not know what has been done before, you can still understand this just from this explanation. So here r is less than radius of the sphere. Okay. So what do we do in such situation is, we generally take, like a small portion of the sphere outside and calculate for that, and calculate for the inner side. What do you do is, we take a small portion of the sphere lying outside, and we would say this, it's actually not a sphere, it's a shell, right? This thing is a shell, it would have some thickness. Okay, if you remember the equation, amazing, you can start solving the problem. It uses negative mass concept. Okay. So we will say this has some thickness like, like dr, okay, or you can take it as dr dash if you are not comfortable using r, because we already have r, and it's at a distance r dash, okay, and your potential measurement has to go from r to this small r, capital R to small r. This is about just the outside sphere, and in our case density is how much? So if you do not know what is the density, mass m has been given to you even after the cavity is removed, then in that case calculate the density and work accordingly. You cannot use the general formulae. In this case you can use general formulae. There was a JEE advanced question where you cannot use the general formulae. Okay, so let's take mass of the sphere to be m. Don't worry, it's a very simple concept. Once you understand this, you will definitely have the basic intuition of solving any problem. Divided by volume, right? What is the volume? 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, we know this thing. We just have to keep this aside. Let me come to this point. You know this shell has some thickness, and what is the gravitational potential dV r dash due to the shell at a distance r? It's at a point r dash. So we will be just discussing first of all part 1 of the sphere. Okay, you might have dealt with different methods of derivation or just formulae. I am teaching you this so that you can apply this in any of the situation. It's a robust technique. Okay, it's going to be what? It's going to be like minus g some dm mass, where we say dm is the mass of this, like just the shell as some mass dm, divided by r dash. Why r dash? Because r dash is greater than the point where you have to calculate the potential. Let's do a thing. Let's change the color a bit. I think this has become a monotonous color. What is the value of dm? Dm is going to be rho into how much? Volume 4 pi r square dr. 4 pi r square, surface area into dr thickness becomes volume. Okay, that's it. For now, just substitute this value. You might have not seen this method before. If not, just try to grasp it right away. It's going to be what? The minus 4 pi g rho. Actually, it's going to be r dash square dr dash. Let's keep it as r dash everywhere, divided by r dash. Okay, r dash gets cancelled. This is actually an easier part. So now we are discussing about this here over here, which is this thing, right? Get into this part 1. Why am I dividing it in 2 parts? Because if you have been given some function, you can make use of this method. Still this method would work. Okay, like some density function has been given to you, you can still make use of it. So we know from the earlier thing, dv dash is how much? 4 pi g rho, right? R dash dr. Now what we are going to do is, you are welcome, Madan. Definitely do complete this question. Very important and an interesting question. Okay, this is basic things that we should be knowing. I'm going to call this as outer potential. Anything outside this R, I'm going to call this as a potential outside, like due to this part of the sphere. Okay, there are 2 parts, right? One part inside. Of course, inside is quite easy. Just multiply rho with the volume and just get the answer. Okay. V outside is going to be integration of dV dash, which is nothing but integration of 4 pi 0 r dash dr. And where does it go from? Some small r to capital R. Okay, some small r to capital R. Now, what does this come out to be? This comes out to be 4 pi 0 integration of r dash dr dash small r to capital R, and this would become 4 pi 0, and what do we have? R dash square. This is all easy. Do not forget the minus sign, do not forget the minus sign, do not forget the minus sign, because potential is going to be negative. That is my mistake. Let me just correct that small part. That's not a huge mistake, but at the end of the day, you need to make sure you have it in your final calculation. Okay. And what do we get this to be? Like, r dash square by 2. And the limits are going to be from r to capital R. If you work out this, you'll be getting r square minus, r square, r dash square minus r square. Okay. So what do we have? We have something like V outside to be minus 4 pi 0 divided by 2. Okay, r square minus r dash square, sorry, r square minus capital R square minus small r square. Okay, let's quickly get over this. It's a very simple problem. Okay, by 2. If you understood this part, very simple is the inner one. Okay, we discussed about the outer part. Now let's get into the inner part. Inner part is really easy. Why? Basically, it's nothing but rho multiplied with volume. Okay, we are now going to discuss V inner. V inner. Okay, that's not VI. That's VI. That's not VO. Okay, it has radius R. Like density rho. So what should be like V inner? Potential due to inner sphere is going to be what? Like, okay, let's go this way. Minus G. It's basically a solid sphere. It's solid sphere, right? The solid sphere. So basically mass of that solid sphere, whatever is that m dash, divided by some r dash. And what is this r dash in this case? As if everything is concentrated at the center, so r dash should be something like r itself. Okay, minus gm dash by r dash. And what is the value of m dash? M dash value is nothing but rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, that's it. That's m dash. Substitute this value, you'll be getting VI. VI is going to be minus 4 pi 0 by 3 into that of r cube divided by r. You'll be having a r square. Everything looks fine. Yes, everything is fine. Just add both of them. This is the second one. This is the first term that we. Okay, so V total is how much? V inner plus V outer. We are specifically discussing this. If you know the formulae, next thing that we are going to discuss is the most important thing for you. Okay, it's going to be what V inner was something like 4 by, so negative sign would be there, 4 by 3 pi G rho R square, and V outer was how much? 4 pi G rho R square, capital R square minus small r square divided by 2. And we are missing out one more thing. What is that one more thing? My mistake. In negative sign on this is also going to be negative. It's not positive. This is also negative, right? Negative everything. Just add them both. It's very simple. Okay, taking you from the density approach, if density is a function, you will be substituting the density the moment you're starting to integrate it. So we can take out minus 4 pi 0 out as common, and what do we have inside? We have something like, you know, r square by 2 minus of, so it's actually r square by 3 minus r square by 2. So that comes down to r square by 6. Let's redo that. Yes, fine. Okay, yeah, r square by 2, so r square by 6. And do we have a plus or a minus? Minus inside. And substitute the value of rho. Rho was what? M divided by 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, that's it. So we would be having r square by 2 minus r square by 6. You start simplifying this, you will get the final result. This is where the total thing has some mass. So 4 pi would ultimately get cancelled out, and you can start manipulating this, you know, like r cube, or you can keep out this r cube, however you would like to deal with this. That is a way of going about it. And what else? You take this 3 inside. One would be like 3 r square minus of you know, like r square by 2. Okay, so we know something. What is that? V total. Let's write down the equation. Minus gm by r, let's keep it as r into, okay, I think that should be fine. You would be having r square would go off. Just let me quickly get over this. Okay, we would be having 3 by 2 here, and we would be having minus r square by, it's all fine. Just let me verify this. I think 3 would be there, so you would be having 3 r square with, and there should be a 2 outside. Looks a little complicated, but it's not that complicated as such. Yes. Okay, that's it. Okay, first of all, if you'd like to note it down, you can note it down if you remember your formulae, but do remember your formulae correctly if you're going to apply formulae. That is one of the most important things. Yeah, it's like now an easy game. Okay, we just quickly verify this if everything is going correct. Just don't want to make a mistake. Everything is fine. We've taken out 2 as common, but that was not required. Move on. So this is the equation that we are going to make use of. Just remember this equation. Now, here comes the most important concept of this discussion. Okay, what is it? You know, see, let's take this shaded portion to be having some, you know, like density and mass as initial. Okay, density hasn't changed actually because it's a uniform mass density, it's the same. Now this is the thing that we are saying. mass is also the same. That means avoid the cavity initially. Okay, it's the approach. Okay, you need to understand the approach. Then we will be assuming something known as like the cavity to be having some negative mass, which actually is not true. Okay, so now think about it as two parts. One part, just this. Now this is that one part, and let's say what did you do is you took some cavity having same density rho but some negative mass m dash, whatever, like negative mass, it's a negative mass. Let me write it down clearly. This is very important. If you understand this concept, rest is easy. This as negative mass, some m dash, and the same density, or you can take it to be negative density, whatever you would like to. Okay, some negative density. Okay, but magnitude is the same. Then what happens once I am going to think about it? It's just an imagination. You had this whole sphere part 1, and you now have this part 2 sphere which has been superimposed on the part 1. That means then what it happens? Then this part is nothing but just a cavity. That's it. That's the concept. That's all you need to know. End of the story. Okay. If at all you understood this part, that this, it's not understanding, just grasp it. That is how it works. While you are calculating, if there is a gravity, and you can also verify it with directions, etc., everything will be fine. Be it in any case, whenever you have to find out any quantity, you'll assume as if it's having some negative density but of the same magnitude of the original sphere and a negative mass, and part 1 is going to be that sphere as it was originally. That means the cavity was not removed. So only superimposition of both of this will make that cavity. That's it. That is the concept. It can be in a small hole. It does not matter. Okay, there was a question in 2020 or 2019 JEE Advanced where it was a small hole. But the concept is the same. You will take the whole sphere and take a negative mass. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, first of all, calculate the potential due to the first part, which is quite easy, right? It's like where at this point, which point? At the center of the cavity. Okay, let's move on to the next page. I think this page is totally occupied, so we won't be able to understand it nicely. So what I'm going to do is, we are going to move on to the next page. Just to remember this equation. Or we can just come back. Okay. Now, for this whole sphere, where am I supposed to calculate this potential? Somewhere at a distance r by 2y, because it is at the center of cavity. This is where the real twist lies in this question. It's a damn interesting question actually. So you are going to say, if you remember, the same thing we need to do. We have already derived the equation. If you already know the formula, you can directly apply it. So you are going to apply it as it is without any exemption. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say, this is like part 1, right? This total thing is part 1. So we'll be saying this is part 1. I'm not highlighting it. Total mass. Again, I'm repeating total mass. Due to this total mass, potential is going to be minus some gm. Let's say this is a distance r, right? Minus gm by r into that of 3 by 2 minus r square by r square by 2. Okay. That should be good enough. That should be nice. Like if you're doing so much, it's really good. Okay, so you're doing lecture plus notes, this lecture plus notes plus all the PYQs of 2020, 2002 to 2020. Really good. Short notes, formulae. But if you are a 2021 aspirant, spend your time very wisely. That is very important. If you are a 2022 aspirant, definitely you are on the right track. But if you are a 2021 aspirant, think very smartly. Still radius R only. The cavity is not yet removed. We are calculating in a case where the cavity is not yet removed. What is this value of R? It's R by 2. Right? This cavity's value is R by 2. Yeah, that should be good enough. Jamians. Okay. So this would be what? 3 by 2 minus of we have substituted the value. Okay, let me substitute the value. R by 2 whole square, and we do have another 1 by 2, and we have R square. Okay, so everything would get cancelled inside, and you'll be having this R square obviously going to get cancelled out, you know that thing, and this is going to be 1 by 8. So basically minus GM by R into 3 by 2 minus of 1 by 8. Okay, what do we have? We have something like 11, right? Minus 11 GM by 8R. Okay, this is due to part 1. Now here comes the part 2. Okay, part 2 is quite easy. Part 2, only thing that you have to grasp and understand, I hope this is visible. Okay, I can put it here. Okay, part 2, the only thing that you need to grasp, understand and assimilate is that it is a negative mass. Okay, same thing, but now what has happened is you're calculating at the center of a negative mass. Basically it's 3 by 2. Just remember that thing, at center potential is always 3 by 2. Okay, 1.5 times that of the surface. But what has happened here in this case? It's a negative mass having negative density. Some negative m dash. Okay, first of all, what is the value of m dash? Just the magnitude m dash is going to be like, you know, okay, let's let's do it this way. Okay, it's a negative mass having some negative density. Let's take it as m dash. M dash value is how much? Like minus rho into that of 4 by 3 pi r by 2, because this radius is r by 2. Coming back to your question. Okay. Okay, so it's going to be r by 2 whole square. Okay, I just changed it to m dash, but saying that it's a negative mass, you know it's a negative sign. Really good, but are you a 2021 aspirant or a 2022 aspirant? And m dash value would be how much? Rho is how much? M divided by 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, and here you have 4 by 3 pi r cube. It's 2 cube 8. R cube gets cancelled out. 4 by 3 pi gets cancelled out. It's a quite an easy problem. And what do you have here? 4 is also getting cancelled out. Minus m by 8. M dash is what? M dash is coming out as negative because it has negative density but of the same magnitude. Let me now ask you the question. So if you remember that equation, okay, if you remember that equation, what do we do? It's good that you are giving good amount of time. Hard work is very much necessary. Minus gm dash divided by some r dash in this case, right, into that of how much? 1.5 times. You can just substitute r is equal to 0 in this case. Again we are dealing with this equation, so just think about it carefully. Here you keep this to be 0, you get it as 3 by 2 times, 1.5 times. Okay, so this is what? 3 by 2, 1.5. Let's keep it as 3 by 2. For calculation it's easy. We have to quickly understand this thing. You understood this thing. It's a very simple problem. Let's do a thing. Let's substitute the values. What is it? It's minus of minus m by 8. It will be positive, divided by r dash is how much? R by 2. Be very careful. This is r by 2. Of course this is a little lengthy question if you are thinking about it. Yes, it's a lengthy question, but typically it's a very nice question if you're looking at it from the other side. Okay, like it may not be the question that you will encounter in your exam, but if you understood this concept really well, rest is easy. 2 gets cancelled out, and what do we have? We have something like plus, right? This minus would become plus, wouldn't it? Kind of, you'll get a nice intuition of this problem. This would become plus, minus, and minus would become plus. So due to the second part, that is the inner part, don't mistake it for the color, it would be like gm by r, and it's positive. Okay, 3 by 8. It's positive, right? Okay, originally it would be negative. We saw even a question yesterday that it was all about just calculating that small thing. Okay, 3 by 8, 2 gets cancelled out, gm by r. End of the story. Why? What do we do? Potential is a scalar quantity, just add v1 and v2. v1 is minus 11 by 8 gm by r, v2 is 3 by 8 gm by r, just add them both. So net potential at the center, which is that center, this center, is what? Like part 1 plus of part 2. Part 1 is that outer part, I mean like the non-cavity part. So the total mass, how much did you get it to be? Something like minus 11 by 8, my mistake. Minus 11 by 8 gm by r. And then what do we have? 3 by 8 gm by r. I think Madhan actually got the correct answer, isn't it? Minus 11 by 8. Yeah. How much do we have? Minus 8 by 8. 11 minus 3 or minus 11 plus 3, it's minus 8 by 8 gm by r. Interesting, isn't it? So at the center, what is the value? Minus gm by r. If you want, you can remember this, but it's not going to repeat again, I believe, because it's a little lengthy question. I think Madan answered it correct. I think plus gm by r is what? Yeah, that's really good. Really good. Yes, it's good. Really good. Yeah, amazing. Keep working around it. It's a very simple problem. Okay, now we have another problem. 2020. What year? 2020 aspirant. I didn't get it. You're 2020 aspirant. How many problems do we have? We have 3 more problems. We have a lot more problems. Let's do a thing. Let's take it up tomorrow. I think there are a lot of questions to do. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. They are like all easy questions. We'll do it tomorrow, but I think this was the most important question. Oh, don't worry about it. Okay, PUBG, you wasted it. You cannot regret about it now. Just focus on what you're doing now. That's more important. Rest comes later. So yes, students, electrical measuring in one shot has already been completed on your Unacademy learning app on what date? 2nd of September. It's a free of cost special class, free of cost full length, just 4 hours lecture. Yes, it's everything has been covered in just that 4 hours. This includes yes, this is one of the most important topics for you students. We have completed potentiometer based problem, voltmeter based problem, galvanometer based problem, galvanometer torque based problem, and how do you convert galvanometer into voltmeter or into an ammeter, what is shunt resistance, what is meter bridge, end correction in meter bridge, also like applications of potentiometer has been just discussed in this question. Not a problem, but you can also think about drop and etc. It's not at all a problem. Yes, we also discussed some like error analysis based problem, least count error analysis based problem. So just attend this 4-hour session. You will be typically be able to answer at least one question. It can also be 2 questions. You get 3 questions from current electricity. 1 can just be from your electrical measuring instrument. So complete this this session. It's only 4 hours. Definitely you'll get 1 question. It's the easiest chapter as well. Everything has been discussed, so it's a complete lecture, right? And that being said, students, do download Telegram app from your Google Play Store and App Store. If you already have one, click on this link, and as soon as you download this Telegram app, click on this link which is available in the description box below. Post that, you will be getting onto our JEE English Telegram channel, where you will be getting live before time updates on every class conducted by our JEE English team. Okay, you can also just type in JEE_English and find us on Telegram. And students, if you're looking for a complete package for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, it's going to be Unacademy subscription any day. Why do we say that? Because we provide live interactive classes with the best educators across the nation, and not only that, you'll be attending these classes on a very interactive platform with polls and leaderboards, where your learning becomes very interesting. And students, you will also get access to lots of test series set by the best educators, post which you will also get analysis and you can improve upon your overall performance. And you'll also get access to lots and lots of live doubt clearing sessions. And in this live doubt clearing session, students, you can interact with the educators, get your doubts cleared on time, because they are going to be scheduled in a very structured manner. Your 4th class is going to be a live doubt clearing session. In fact, every program on Unacademy subscription is going to be well structured. You don't have to worry about the planning, and we take care of it on our end, and we provide you with lots of live doubt clearing session, and also your quizzes and mega quizzes in a very systematic and like a timely manner. And moreover, Unacademy subscription does not restrict you by any batches. We provide you unlimited access throughout the period. And so yeah, don't worry about the past. All that matters is what you're going to do from today onwards. If you have realized it, well and good. That is one of the best things that has happened. And students, if you are a 2021 aspirant, you may want to go for a 6-month program, which is going to cost you near about 25,000. If you are a 2021 aspirant having a plan to drop, you may want to go for a 12-month program, which is going to cost you less than 35,000, 34,650. Or you could be also a 2022 aspirant who has completed at least 30% of the syllabus. You can also go for it. And 2023 aspirant, you may want to go for a 24-month program, which is going to cost you like 25,000 per year, less than 70 rupees a day, 50,400 for 2 years. So yes, and students, what do we have more? We have started batches by some of the reputed coaching institute educators on our platform. This includes like Bansal class educators, vibrant educators, and we also have authors of your books like DC Pandey and DC Gupta sir on our platform. And students, you can also go for an iconic subscription, which is beyond your plus subscription, where you can get one-on-one mentoring session, personal coaching from IIT and NIT alumni who are educators on our platform. Okay, and make sure you apply Murli Live code, be it you go for an iconic or plus subscription if you don't see this pricing. Okay. And not only that, iconic subscription is also economical. If you can afford it, it's going to be one of the best things. A 2-year subscription is going to cost you 90,000. For 2 years, that's like less than 45,000 a year. And students who are looking for a combo subscription, like we have the best one for you. What is this combo subscription? First of all, an economical complete package for both your JEE preparation and CBSE board preparation at an economical cost. Let me come to this point again. At an economical cost, you can get both your JEE preparation and CBSE board preparation. And a combo subscription, we do have, as I told you, different combinations of combo subscription. You can go for an iconic and plus, and you can go for a full iconic, and you can also go for a plus and plus, and you can also go for a plus and iconic, and it starts at like 3,037 per month. And you can also apply Murli Live code over here to get maximum discount. And you can also take your JEE preparation to next level with our personal coaching, with our personal touch, with our JEE English team. We have a team of IITians, NITians, and head of coaching institutes on our team. And you can get your preparation, iconic subscription preparation also done in English. We will conduct IIT JEE workshops, give out expert guidelines, provide you study planner and test analysis. And students, do not forget to like and share this video. Share it on your social media platforms like WhatsApp groups, Telegram channels, Facebook groups, etc. Because it's a free of cost full length lecture for your JEE preparation. So do definitely share it, students. Share it. Make sure you are sharing it. And also click on that subscribe button and bell notification because you will be getting live updates. Yes, do share it and keep smiling. Work hard and smart to achieve your success. Today at 7:30 p.m. we will be having your magnetism PYQ session. Probably the second last or the last session. We have already completed pretty much all kind of different model problem, and today we have a very interesting problem which has been asked several times in a JEE Advanced, and this is also this is actually JEE Mains PYQ that we are discussing, but it has also been asked in JEE Mains. Typically your JEE Advanced questions repeat in JEE Mains. And make sure you apply Murli Live code to unlock any feature on Unacademy subscription platform, Unacademy learning app, etc. You can also unlock your subscription for a trial period with Murli Live code. And yes, do apply Murli Live code whenever and wherever necessary. It can be also Unacademy Combat. See you at 7.